also had an invitation for a lunch at Hickory Hill. Yeah.
So maybe you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah.
And didn't you meet Ethel Kennedy then?
Yes. Yes, and yeah, what I would like to tell is how we met her the first time, because these are just a very few people who know what happened. So it was always very private to me, but so the first time I met Ethel Kennedy was in November 1994, but not in Hickory Hill. It was at the Chinese embassy.
Here?
Here in Washington. And yeah, we were asked to join this candlelight ritual. It was already dark in evening. And
what was the vigil about? Why were they having the vigil?
The Human Rights Award winners were from China.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so Michael and I went to this Chinese embassy, and there was a lady, her name was Anjali. She worked back then at the memorial, and she said, "Oh, Mrs. Kennedy is coming tonight too, so you will see Mrs. Kennedy." And I wasn't prepared at all, and I thought, "Oh my goodness," and maybe different than other people, I don't know, but I felt so over-challenged with my emotions that I said to Michael, "I don't know what to do now, but let's go in the back. I don't want to be in the front, let's go in the back and see everything from a certain distance." And so Michael and I went to the back of all the people. And I was leaning against a tree because I was really nervous. And then Mrs. Kennedy came with a car, and she left the car, and I observed everything from the distance. And she was greeting a co-worker, and nobody was pointing on us, but she came directly in the direction of Michael and me, without looking left or right, and she took both of my hands with her hands, looked in my eyes, and said, "You are freezing." Yeah, and I was in such a shock or something like this, and she looked so concerned, and I didn't want her to be concerned about if I'm freezing or not, and in my reaction I said no. And and she was rubbing my hands and kept holding my hands and said, "Yes, you have cold hands." And she was standing with us, I don't know, for a very long time. And my husband Michael had a burning candle in his hand, and I always said to Michael, "Be careful, don't burn her, don't burn her, be careful." Yeah, so this was a very unexpected meeting.